Probably not a lot. So when an attorney is talking to a client about how to minimize risk, it's always kind of a risk versus cost benefit analysis. So you can take very, very stringent steps where nobody will get injured, but the cost is such that it doesn't make sense. And then you can do things that are very, very cheap, but they really don't do much as far as limiting your exposure. So if you have a slippery area and you know about it and somebody's complained about it, so let's say a member's complained about it, and the association doesn't take any action, that's going to be a problem for the association because it's going to show their negligence. If they put a slippery when wet sign, then you can argue that the members assume the risk of injury if they don't act with caution. But somebody may act with caution and may be aware that it's slippery and they may slip anyway. And so the association may be found liable. So, you know, it would come down to a kind of a factual scenario on that. It also may come down to how a judge or jury interprets those facts, depending on if it's a judge trial or a jury trial. Typically with personal injury, it's a jury trial, so it would be a jury that would determine whether or not the association did enough to prevent it. Putting up a sign would probably be the bare minimum. Actually making some type of drainage or making some type of surface, maybe some strips that are have a rough edge so somebody doesn't slip. That's another step on the ladder. So that is actually, it costs more, but it's going to offer more protection. So the association, like any other client, needs to kind of look at what the possible liability would be. Of course, if somebody slips, then it could be very, very serious, could even be fatal, versus what cost they're willing to take on. And it's not just the cost, you know, that they just don't have like a blank check to write. They have a fiduciary duty to the members as well. So you kind of have to draw that line. But that would, you know, a sign would be pretty minimal. And if there was an area that they knew was slippery and I was representing the association, I would probably advise them to take a little bit more aggressive action to try and fix the problem other than just putting a placard or a sign up.